thing from Japan. I don't know if you saw this. This is where people were flipping out at this Chinese couple for doing this dance in front of Lawson. And we'll watch the video for, I mean, it's really cute. It's just, there was such a miserable response to it in Japan. Let me see, where's the actual video? Here we
And this is obviously a Japanophile couple from China who went to Japan to pay homage to like the iconic Fuji mountain in the background.
even using Japanese music.
And acting out like a scene from an anime, right? Like this is, and yet the guy who was complaining about them say, oh, you know, look at all these creepy Chinese people blocking the entrance to the convenience market, which the poster replies that no, we actually pick at time at 5 o'clock in the morning when there's no one around, and but like no, like that was not good enough, and I even made the tweet. I said, look, you know, a Chinese Japanophile couple doing free advertisement for Japan and for Japanese tourism, and this is a Japanese like a right-winger response. And to one of the reply to mine is, oh yeah, but if the Chinese, you know, their video is gonna promote it to more Chinese, so that will lead to more Chinese coming to Japan. We don't want that. I'm like, oh well, thank you for being honest. You know, your real issue is with Chinese people. You know, it's not necessarily with what they did. Yeah,
but you know, I mean, they are. It goes beyond that though. Like it's such a. Like I've been to Japan a couple times and I love visiting there, but there's just something. Let's see what we got here. Let's go through it because I've got another example where they went off on a local also. I'm going to come back to Japan in a second, but this was a perfect opportunity to say, hey, you want to come and dance? Come and dance in China. You know, we don't have a problem with this. Let me see. This is kind of cool too. Yeah, like the response in China is like people are looking on, you know, recording them and saying, "Oh, that's so cool! Foreigners are coming and joining our square dancing." There's such a joy to it. But what you said is it doesn't extend only to Chinese, because there was another one where there was let me see here, 13. I don't know if you saw this one.
Yes.
Yeah. So she was actually copying a dance from Indonesia. That kid that's on the front of the boat. Have you seen that before?
Yeah,
the viral kid.
The viral.
So she was copying, just having a great time. I think I've got it. Yeah, and then she was forced to apologize for it. She was forced to. So the image on the right is her issuing a formal apology to Japanese society for doing this on camera or jumping on the bed or something like that. Like, what is going on? I mean,
and she's Japanese. She and her friends are Japanese. Yeah.
Like, is it that? You know, I know when I go there's something really special about the structure and how, you know, everybody's following, you know, all the rules, and it's quiet on the subway, and it's really interesting to experience. And it's like, you know, okay, I could see how you could, you know, how some people could live in a society like this and get used to it. But, you know, I would never want to live somewhere like that, where you're always being watched, you're always being judged. You need to, you know, you can't act out, you can't show any, you know, outward emotion, and you've always got to be. I remember I rented an Airbnb in Tokyo. It was actually from I think it was they were originally from Guangdong, but they moved to Japan like 20 years ago, and they were like, you got to sort your garbage and put it out, and that's fine. That's reasonable. You gotta empty the plastic bottles and do everything like that. So this is really responsible. They said, but make sure you don't mess up because people are watching. People are watching you. The neighbors will be watching you, and it's like Jesus. Like I don't know. This just lighten up, guys.
I did saw some Japanese vloggers who said they felt free when they were in China. They felt much freer when they're in China. It's true, like we're not gonna judge you if you're just laughing or having fun, as long as you are not bothering other people. Like nobody's gonna judge you for that.
Yeah, no, it's like a militaristic level of rule following and making sure that you don't mess up on anything. I don't know. I mean, maybe if you get used to it, you're fine with that. But it's not for me. Lex Fridman, Hitchhiking.
Okay, so this has been going viral because apparently Lex Fridman and this other vlogger, they've been hitchhiking around China, and they didn't speak much Chinese, and the trucker apparently helped them. So the Chinese media actually hunted down that trucker, and he gave them an interview about the whole transaction. Maybe we can take a look.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, here we go.
For people who don't know, Lex, who runs a podcast with millions of followers. Yeah.
He's interviewed world leaders. It's 2 minutes and 40 seconds, but it's pretty good. So let's go ahead. Here we go.
你干啥？
英国。我们从宁夏。
Can we get a ride for a little bit?
A video of a Chinese truck driver giving 2 foreign travelers a ride has gone viral online.
我是第一次遇到外国人这么近距离的，所以我当时特别开心。我想把它记录一下。我不敢想象我遇到了什么人，确实太厉害了。
After sharing the experience online, Mr. Yang was flooded with comments and likes. Later, he discovered who the 2 travelers were.
One is Lex Fridman, the well-known podcaster who has interviewed figures such as Elon Musk and Jensen Huang. The other is travel content creator Mike O'Kennedy, who documents his journeys around the world for millions of viewers online.
According to Lex's post, he is traveling around the world and trying hitchhiking for the first time. China is the very first stop on his journey.
当时是这么想的，世界这么大，一个美国的，一个英国的，还有一个中国的，我们3个人在这一刻能走到一起，那是天大的缘分呀！他发现我在用余光看他的时候，他立马用翻译器跟我讲，他们是在谈论城市生活和农村生活有什么不同，人生如何才能找到幸福，然后就谈论这些事情，他给我解释了一下。下车之后，他说他要给我钱，然后我说算了不用了，然后他说他要送我礼物，我说算了也不用了。我跟你说啊，平时我在路上如果遇到不管是咱中国人还是其他人，是生人还是熟人，我只要有人招手，我都会把他带一程。
Even with a language barrier, they managed to communicate the whole way through a translation app.
Welcome to China.
Thank you so much.
我们中国很美很安全，这里的人很好。
我们走对了路，我们一直遇到善良有爱心的人。
As China's expanded visa-free policies bring more international visitors into the country, more travelers are sharing their experiences through social media.
And as China travel continues trending online, moments like this are helping people around the world see a different side of China, not through headlines or stereotypes, but through everyday people, real encounters, and genuine human connection.
我希望他们在中国多玩几天，然后把我们中国人民的这种友善、淳朴、好客的一面展现给外国人。
See, this is the kind of things that I think prompted that Wall Street Journal, so a Japanese reporter, to post that fear mongering article about how the Chinese attitude toward foreigners are hardening and how they're now like being hostile. There's a hostile reaction to foreigners coming to China, which couldn't be further from the truth. Like I would say this truck driver's interaction with Lex Fridman and Michael Connie is more typical of interaction between a Chinese, like ordinary Chinese people and a foreigner tourist traveling in the country.
Yeah. Hitchhiking isn't really a thing in China. So I interviewed somebody, except for the Tibetan regions. It's very, very common for Tibetans in the Tibetan regions to hitchhike all over. But yeah, I interviewed someone before, Courtney. She was hitchhiking from China to, I think it was South Africa. She posts her stuff on Instagram. I think it's under Hitchhiker Courtney or something like that. And I dropped her off at a highway entrance place, and I just felt awkward about the whole thing. I'm like, this is weird. This isn't something you usually do. But somebody picked her up really quickly. So even though that isn't really part of culture in China, there's always somebody here willing to help. And when you have these interactions, you have that warmth. You feel that warmth from the people here. You hear their life stories and things like that. I like that comment that we just got, saying thank goodness for these translation apps, because it's not possible to go through the BBC as the median who's going to deliberately mistranslate it. But you're going to see more and more experiences like this where people realize what China's actually about. So no, that's great.
Yeah,
so
the Americans are actually missing out because they're one of the few countries among the advanced economy that still do not have 30 days visa free to China, but they can travel to China on transit visa for 10 days. Or just get a proper visa.
Get
a proper visa, because China and United States, they have a visa agreement that allow you to get a 10-year multiple entry visa. Then you're set for next 10 years. That's what I have.
No, I mean it's such there's so much variety here, and it's so safe in China also, to the point where when you've been here like me for 18 years, when we travel overseas, I have to remind myself how to watch your back again. Like, you take these things for granted. You can walk around with a pile of cash in your hand here, nothing's going to happen. I can leave my keys in my motorbike overnight, and it's still going to be there when I get back. Can leave my doors unlocked. And honestly, yeah, it's when I go back, I've got to untrain myself from these. I wouldn't call them bad habits. It's nice to not have to worry about this stuff. But yeah, for that and so many other reasons, just the ease of getting around. Now the payment situation is obviously getting a little bit easier. It's a no-brainer. Like, this is, and I think it is going to become a top destination for a lot of people. There used to be this fascination with Japan, and I get it. I can understand why. But with more and more of this, Japanese people exploding, or at least a certain segment of society, particularly the right-wing side, exploding at even their own people for dancing in a video, China's starting to look a lot more attractive.